Hey now.
Hey now. So, yes, again, hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hope you're all having a good Friday night. Figured we'd wrap this up. And again, reminder, there will be no LWA stream tomorrow. Still on hiatus because I will be at Collision tomorrow night. So, I'm a bit busy. But hope you all hope you all have a good weekend, regardless if I don't see you again. So we're finishing up the documentary. We kind of stopped abruptly last time. I do apologize for that. So I'm actually going to rewind to the beginning of the interview because it feels weird. I actually had I had the thing saved, but I figured scroll to start back at the original, or at this section, which is the actual interview. So strap in, folks. Oh yeah, and two notes from the last stream I did. So if you recall, I said like, "Oh wow, I'm surprised that they have him singing, Hurt." I thought that'll get claimed. Well, it did on my stream. Well, it did like the revenue share thing because it wasn't the song; it was a cover on YouTube. If you do songs like if you do covers or ones that sound like it, like a karaoke version or something like that, that you do, it's not a full thing where everything goes to the copyright holder. Instead, you share revenue with them. But I have no idea how the split goes. But nothing happened too. But I don't know if this is because of me or just the video that we're watching itself, but it got ad restricted, which to me, I don't care. Like, I don't care about those things because I make dick in terms of ad revenue and shit from these streams, because I don't get enough viewers for them to care. But I feel more for the video, the actual video, the documentary guys. I'm like, damn. So not only are you splitting revenue from this 2.5 hour thing that you created, which obviously took a lot of time and money, but also potentially you're getting ad restricted as well. So you have less ads available, and those few ads that you do have, you're splitting the revenue. But anyways, enough bitching and moaning. Let's get to this. Back to this.
Hey now.
Day 5 was now going to be our actual final day. We would do the interview with Josh and then clean up any odds and ends that we had left. This again wasn't the case. Josh informed us at the beginning of the day that his friend Darflin B might be available for an interview the next day. I figured this would be fine. We could meet Darflin and interview him for the documentary. Josh was adamant though that he be there when Darf was interviewed. I didn't really want this because I felt like Josh being there would color Darf's answers a little bit, but I didn't really have any choice. We began the day and went ahead with the interview.
What are the questions going to be about?
Well, there's a lot of questions. I did want to go over with you first that there are going to be, some more difficult
He just fucking
ones.
walks off.
So it's going to cover just about everything from
Oh, the
start
fucking
of
Newport
YouTube
cigarette
to,
shirt, by the way.
Your life now, your content, things like that. It's a lot of different stuff, but we'll go down through it. First thing, let's just start out. Can you just say your name and what you go by on YouTube?
My name is Josh Saunders, and I go by
look at that hair.
King
Look at that
Cobra
head.
on YouTube. It was Gothic King Cobra 52, then it was just Gothic King Cobra, now it's King Cobra.
I'm gonna make myself a drink. I'll let this play out.
When did you
though.
start making YouTube videos?
2012.
Welcome,
I wanna say,
Hey
Roddy.
now. Hey
or
now.
11. It was right after high school.
Oh yeah, I got a new sound drop too.
YouTube videos.
Tell me when
No
I'm telling
idea. I
lies.
just a bunch of YouTubers were like watching back in the day, and I thought I'd look fun.
Anyways, I'll be
so
right
I
back.
was just like, hey, like speak my mind, play some guitar.
What's your favorite drink combo that you've ever made?
So many good drink combos I've made. Right now I'm having E&J Peach mixed with that G Fuel that was sent to me recently by the fans, and it's bloody delicious.
But you don't have a number one favorite or one that's
No, I don't, because there's a lot of them that are just so fucking good, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Do you have a favorite food hack that you've ever made?
The chicken we made last night was pretty good.
You think that's your number one?
The skin wasn't as crispy as I wanted it to be, and like it kind of fell off when you ate it. So maybe I gotta like work on making that, you know what I'm saying? So it stays on the chicken better. But the concept and the flavor was really good.
What do you think the highlight of your YouTube career has been so far?
I'm about to peak 60,000 subscribers, you know. That's my highlight, I guess.
Okay. Highlight of filming the documentary so far?
Just meeting new people and, you know, showing off my town. Well, it's not mine specifically, but, you know, it's where I live.
When you were younger, when you were a kid, did you have any like activities that you liked to do? Were you always into guitar, or did you do other stuff?
Video games and making wands.
You made wands when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Was that less involved than it is now? Like
yes.
Sticks you find?
Yes, yes.
Gotcha. What video games did you play when you were a kid?
I played on a PlayStation 1 when I was younger. I remember that when that first came out. There was like Tomb Raider, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 3, Mode 2 Racing. The Star Wars fighting game.
Oh, Masters of Terras Kasi. I remember that one.
We had to like fight to unlock Darth Vader.
Yep. Yeah.
Han Solo versus Arden Lin.
Yeah, yeah. There was like you could use blasters.
Oh yeah, that awful fucking
I heard a power combo move with Han Solo where he
Star Wars fighting game.
And
I watched that review afterwards.
Like punch and then like side kick and you go flying in the air, and the blaster bullet would be like boosh as you're falling in the air.
Yeah, yeah. I have fun.
Why does he look so fat? I would argue, how is he still not? How does he not look like Nikocado Avocado? Have you seen the shit this guy eats?
Family.
Definitely very close with my family. Friendships, yeah, man. I had a couple friends growing up.
sack of shit!
That I still talk to this day, which is cool.
Yeah. What did you
Name one.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I think I wanted to be a famous musician when I grew up, you know?
So that stayed the same the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Starting to achieve that anyways.
I mean, you realize you're like a different type of person. You don't like follow society's rules, you know what I mean? Do you remember like being younger?
I'm gonna try to boost the audio a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but they sound kind of low.
Realized, like I'm not like everybody else, you know what I mean?
When I started becoming goth.
Really? What?
If it's too loud, let me know.
Junior high.
What does being goth mean to you?
Just representing the darker side of things, you know, and seeing the beauty in even like darker situations. Just, really, for me, it's an expression. Really, it's you're able to express yourself. It's wearing all black, listening to music, you know.
Do you have siblings, and are you close with them?
3 younger sisters, and I'm close with 2 of them. The other one I do not. Haven't seen in years, man.
Okay. Are they just like moved away?
Well, they're from a different parent, the same parent, but a different dad, so.
Gotcha. When you were younger, did you like going to school?
To a point. Yes, I did like it not really, actually. I was bullshitting you. No, I hated school.
Okay.
I got bullied my entire life since I was a kid, just because I'm different, you know?
Among other reasons.
Was it just for being goth, or?
Well, I get bullied for being goth when I was a senior in high school. People would use words like tranny and I just ignore it, you know?
What?
You know, these assholes are working some deadbeat job. I'm a fucking famous YouTuber, so it really makes you think, you know?
Do you imagine having a family someday? Children or a family of your own?
Maybe when I build my clock tower dream house, did I know they'd have more than enough money to be taken care of?
Look at his eyes. Like if I was someone, I would say, Josh,
really.
look at
There's
me.
a perk to having a sexual dry spell
Or
of
like,
almost 6
keep
years.
your eyes open, pal.
You're pretty open about having autism and dealing with it. is autism something that affects you, or is it something that you cope with?
Both. It does affect me, and I learn to cope with it.
What ways have you learned to cope with?
Recognizing my triggers and my signs, you know.
So it's just sort of an ongoing thing.
Yes, it's every day, dude.
What is it like living in Casper?
I like it, you know, it's a really pretty mountain town. It's all laid out very nicely. I know everyone, you know. Well, to a point, I don't know everyone, but I know us, you know, it's a small town. We all look out for each other. Or try to, at least.
Do people in Casper know what you do online?
Yes, I've met several fans here in town because of what I do on YouTube, man.
So there are some fans here in town. You deal with a lot of harassment and like trolls online and stuff. Is that something you ever experience in real life in Casper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last Halloween, I was at a bar, and I filmed a couple of videos to promote the bar.
That was a fantastic.
And the trolls
stream,
found
by
out
the
which
way.
bar I was at.
Or rather, follow-up.
So they harassed me at that bar until they phone call them and all kinds of dumb shit. And then
here's the issue though, pal. No one would have known that you were at said bar if you didn't broadcast it to the fucking world. You could have just sat there, drank, smoked. That's the other fucked up thing too, guy. I didn't realize this. Apparently you can smoke in bars in Wyoming still, or there's some way that you can do it. That fucking surprised me. But yeah, you did the thing that fucked everything up. You could have just not told anyone. No one would have known if not for you streaming. Who is this? Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. Mrs. Beliefs just stepped down here. Yes, KingCobraJFS. The best thing we can say is he's a lol cow. You can just kind of watch. I mean, they're actually interviewing him, so you can learn hopefully can learn quite a bit about him here.
bar just told me to leave, basically, and then some asshole came up and started shoving me, and he's
remember this
lucky I
story?
didn't kick his fucking ass.
You
know, and he's real fucking tough, showing up with 3 other people. The dude was like half my size and had no muscle on him. I could have easily kicked his fucking ass.
Who was a
But I
fucking
didn't,
little beaver
because I
from
was trying to
WrestleMania
leave
3? Who the
bar
hell
as
was that?
peacefully as possible. I didn't want to cause any more fucking drama. And he's all shoving me like, you better recognize, I know where you live, blah, 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 just talking all this shit. And I'm like, dude, it's not me harassing Frosties. It's my fucking asshole trolls. Yeah. These miserable cocksuckers
Yeah,
have
but you sent out the
no
signal,
life.
you idiot.
They're jealous that I'm doing my thing and enjoying it, you know, and what the fuck are they doing? They have nothing. The only thing they have in their life
so you
is
tried to
taking the
flex,
piss out of
is
me,
what
you
you're
know,
saying.
I'm bloody sick of it.
Hey guys, look how
But
cool I am at
just
a bar.
laugh at it, you know.
On
At the same time, I
Halloween.
learned to just laugh at it and ignore it, you know.
Oh, cool.
You wouldn't like it being
Brian.
done to you, so why do it to someone else? That's, you know.
Wow, that actually worked, Brian. No, I just sorry, just quick thing here. So I'm in Omegon, you know, the commentary channel's Discord server, and you know, most Discord servers have, you know, like a promotion channel thing, whatever, and I post stuff in there. But I feel like I get almost no actual exposure from it, because literally you're the first person who has ever said, I found out about this stream because I'm from X person's Discord.
Yeah, man.
Do you enjoy making YouTube videos as a career?
Mm-hmm. Yes. YouTube can be
Isn't the only type of content that I do, but it is a weekly
pain in the
thing.
ass
that I
when
do,
they
but this
change
is a
the
special
rules.
circumstance.
And like the fairness of it, you know. If I didn't enjoy making YouTube videos, I'd quit, to be honest.
Have you ever thought about quitting YouTube?
Not really, no. Taking a break, yeah. Work on my story and just relax.
The place you're at now, doing YouTube, making wands, you know, just your state of life at this point? Is this your ideal, or do you aspire to have more?
I aspire to have more. I like where I'm at, like with my career, but I know I'm going to do great things with
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
my life. Yeah. I aspire to build my Victorian Second Empire clock-towered mansion, start my own toy company, you know, just maybe someday I'll get my own scent of tactical soap, have an officially licensed BC Rich guitar, because I love BC Rich Warlocks, not a sponsor.
So oh wait, did you say not a sponsor?
Because I love BC Rich Warlocks, not a sponsor.
So this isn't like the end goal for King Cobra.
No, it isn't.
Sweet. Are you at where you thought you would be at this?
Like, if I walked around looking like he does in my house, literally everyone in my family would be like, "Are you high? Are you messed up?"
Point in your life.
They wouldn't.
Honestly, no. I had no idea how big I'd become when I first started doing the Gothic King Cobra 52 in my parents' basement.
Back then, it was like something fun.
Yeah, something fun. Record myself playing guitar and post it, see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm not that messed up.
And then,
yet.
like, this dude, the Wolf from the B9, I believe is what it was called, started talking about me, and I shouted out their vlog, and then it just fucking took off from there, you know.
That was like the turning point.
Mm-hmm. People have this weird obsession with me, and when you're a fan, it's cool, but when you're a troll, it's just laughable and kind of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. How do you think that your content has changed over the years?
Oh, this should be good.
Not as cringe. I watched my old hair dye.
Sorry, I gotta hear this.
Not as cringe. I watched my old hair dye video, and I was just like, oh, that was so annoying.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was clever at the time when I did it, but look, that was like 6 years ago. I think my content's gotten more serious, to be honest. I still have my...
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
my funny moments. I got my joke videos. You know.
Okay. So do you feel that way about most of your old content? Just kind of like, it's not as good.
To a point, yes. Some of the videos are classics.
Like what?
Like how to make a custom-made Daisy bootlegger, mare's leg. Those golden ones that I make. Yeah. Those are fun to make.
Hell yeah. But you're more happy with where you're at now.
Yes.
How does your family feel about you doing YouTube?
They support me, but they hate my trolls as much as I do.
You lying sack of shit!
Obviously you deal with trolls, you deal with hate. You've been involved in a lot of what fans or trolls or whoever would consider controversies over the years. Is there anything...
I feel like this really could have done with some more like editing, like maybe have like a 2-camera setup. Kind of, again, I'm sorry for being so fucking pedantic, but like just the same thing over and over. Like maybe like
or
perspective shots. We show them talking from a distance, get the room thing.
I regret being oversharing on YouTube. Just some of the things, you know.
You don't say.
Being more self-aware of like boogers hanging out of my nose before filming. That's kind of the joke with the avocado video, and the deep-fried avocado was delicious, but fucking, they're like, you got a booger hanging out of your nose. I'm like, no, I don't. I watched the video. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So now it's become the running joke with that bite-sized cobra where he's just like, What? So now it's become the running joke with that bite-sized cobra where he's just like, I'm gonna do like the grossest representation of Josh I possibly can just to make fun of him. Yeah. And like going back to what I was saying about that asshole that was shoving me outside the bar, I could have kicked his ass, but then I would have had to deal
lying
with
sack of
more
shit.
trouble because
You
as soon
lying
as he
sack of
fucking
shit.
left, the cops showed up and they were just like, well, they want to trespass you from the bar. And I explained the situation, who I am, and they didn't even fuck with me after that. They were just like,
Bro,
you
they
have a
already
gun
knew
on
who the
you? I
fuck
said,
you
yeah,
were.
it's fake. You want to see it? No, keep it in your holster, okay? And then as soon as I explained the situation and they left, I got a ride home from my sister, and that was the end of it.
Oh
So-
God, that poor woman. Oh. I don't know exactly. Regard, he didn't go to the bar at like 6 o'clock, and well, then again, it's Cobra. Just imagine getting that call from like him that you're related to. Hey, can you pick me up? It's like fuck, and she's like, okay, I could call him an Uber, and I could probably fuck up. I can't just leave him there, but fuck. Or is she like texting her relatives and being like, okay, whose turn is it?
It's a good thing I wasn't in the middle of like, and that's just the thing. I'm a big autistic dude. I got this retard strength, and I gotta learn to control. I learned to like control it to a point. Like, yeah, I might
He acts like he's the retarded Hulk.
have to handle, and I've gotten so much better at my temper. I think that's one thing I can honestly say I'm proud of. Is I don't like the way I look when I freak out on camera, like, ah, goddamn it, smacking the head and shit. I'm gonna grab my fucking vape pen.
First, everybody's about to fart in front of the camera.
So,
Take a few more vape hits, pal.
you said that you're
I love
a
all
little
these things have
more
USB-C
aware of, like,
things to
oversharing and
charge
stuff.
them.
Does that mean that you
Sorry.
like you're a little more aware of like oversharing and stuff? Does that mean that you do you think you have sort of tried to keep things from the fans a little bit over the years, like try to not tell them as much?
Yes, very much.
And that's just something you've learned from dealing with all the bullshit. Like there are certain, like the avocado video, you feel like it's become like a meme now. Do you think that people get your content, or do you think people
They either get it, like it, or they fucking hate it. Going back to the oversharing thing, I regret bragging about me and Ellen's friendship on YouTube.
Wait, what?
I regret bragging about me and Ellen's friendship on
Oh
YouTube.
God, the Ellen story. Oh, this should be good. For those that don't know, Ellen is from what I can tell, a rather young-aged woman or girl, whatever, and he's quote friendly with their parents. But if you've seen their parents, they're kind of, so there's a question of how does he know them? Why is he interacting with them? And it's a whole thing.
YouTube.
Sorry.
But it is what it is. I've completely left her alone. And I don't hang out with Walt and Angie unless I'm invited.
Can you play the
And
guitar?
I'll just show up unannounced. Start calling, check up on them, see how they're doing every while.
I guess he's not going to be in a band or do anything on his own. I guess he knows how to play a guitar, but that's not really saying much, though. If you know what I mean.
Once in a while,
Yeah. So you just kind of wish you would have that she would have been a friend, and you wouldn't have the trolls basically wouldn't have gotten a hold of that information.
Well, I was trying to be your friend first, to be honest. I valued her friendship, so I bragged about it on YouTube because people would talk shit about people with Asperger's. And back when me and Ellen were still talking buddies,
Yeah.
she would tell those people to fuck off. She's like, nonsense, my buddy Josh has autism and he's got his own wand business. It's the thing about having autism, people just look at you like you're either some kind of freak or like a zoo exhibit, and they're all scientists jotting down on their fucking papers.
Are you happy with the current content you make, or would you like to try new things?
Oh God.
I'm happy with it.
Oh, I bet you are.
I am.
Why wouldn't he be happy with it? He gets to eat horrible food. Well, in his mind, it's good food. Eat, horrible food and drink and smoke and get fucked up on camera. Who wouldn't want to just do that?
I took a break from doing like the whole transgender relation rants that I do.
You lying sack of shit.
Because I'm for
You lying
gender
sack
and
of
trans
shit.
equality. But like the extremes on these topics, the assholes who ruin it for everyone, it just gets exhausting. Like fucking Target with their transgender clothing line. I'm like, you know what? Who gives a fuck? As long as, you know, they wait till they're 18 or older and they've hit puberty and gone through it to get the surgeries. Who cares if kids want to explore being trans? But there's a big difference between teaching kids to accept LGBTQ and grooming them. A big difference. Fuck sickos. It's easier to detransition if it's just clothes, you know?
Wait, what?
If it's just clothes, you know?
Oh.
Like if your kid identifies as a cigarette smoker, would you start buying them cigarettes? I mean, it alters their body, so it's, you know, it's a fair argument.
What you just said
Yes,
is one of
because
the most insanely idiotic
let's compare
things I have ever
smoking
heard.
to being trans. Okay.
You know, if what you have one question for me to ask Cobes in person, what is it?
I think if like Josh now and Josh from the past met, would Josh from the past think he was cool?
If you met your younger self today, do you think he would like you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, why?
Fuck yeah, man.
Do you think you guys would like hang out and chill and stuff?
Like, yeah, when you're older, you're totally gonna smoke a pipe and have a double barrel shotgun and be a famous YouTuber and everything. So, like, yeah, man. Get to own my favorite gun and I get to smoke a tobacco pipe. So, yeah, my younger self would dig me.
If you had told me 5 years ago that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, like then I would have said you are out of your fucking mind. There is no way I would do that. Not as like as an insult or whatever. That would just be like, I could never imagine that happening. That would put be able to be in a position. Actually, 5 is a wrong thing. No, 10 years ago. Same thing though, but like that's a crazy thing to say. You just say like, oh yeah, they would definitely think I'm cool.
Hell yeah.
Younger me would have a lot
I
of
would
questions.
ask Cobra why he does not ride bike anymore.
Why don't you ride bike anymore?
I do, it's just broken. The tire's flat. I gotta replace the tube. I gotta lug it down to the bike shop and then have the tube replaced.
Welcome,
And
Stokes.
it's rideable again.
So do it.
But I'm so far away from the bike shop now that it's like,
It's not real close.
No, it's not. It used to be like right next door to my old apartment, but like now
Couldn't you
it's
just get a
it's a
fucking
grip away
Uber?
from
Or, like,
where
find
I'm
a
at right
friend to
now, which I
drive 'em?
love where I'm at. It's perfect.
Yeah, you're right though. I mean, we drove by your old apartment. That's a bit of a hike. One of the things you said earlier.
Well, I don't need to really buy a new bike. If he says that the tires are dead, like, just the, you know, just the laziness of these locales. Like, the whole thing, like, with DSP and his fucking computer. Like, I just want to be like, bro, well, I don't want to help him, but, like, anyone else in his position I respected, I'll be like, bro, just fucking back up your shit, install Windows 10, and, like, problem solved. You have a decent enough PC for what you're doing. More than decent for what you're doing. You could probably do what you're doing from the fucking Acer laptop that you got, you know, donated or whatever the fuck it was. Like, you don't need a new computer, bro. You need a new OS and then maybe a new hard drive, and that's it.
In the week was that you don't really get out much anymore. Do you enjoy just staying inside, or do you like wish you got out more?
A little bit of both. I do wish that sometimes I go out to the bars more and just like hang out.
Be like, no, I meant more like hiking and getting some air and, you know, walking around and meeting people.
But like it's safer to drink at home, especially where I'm at, you know, with my situation with everything.
I mean,
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
he's speaking truth, folk. We've seen what happens when he drinks in public.
Drunk, and I don't got to worry about calling for a ride or walking home. I'm already there, you know.
Do you see yourself as more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Intro.
What do those mean again?
Introverted is like you're more of like a stay-at-home person. You don't outwardly like socialize, but
Yeah, I'm more of an introvert. Yeah.
I didn't tell you what the opposite thing was.
Introverts usually like if you go to a party or something.
I'm definitely an
you generally have to,
introvert.
like, go home and recharge a little bit because it's kind of tiring to talk to people and stuff.
Well, I'm a little bit more of an introvert, but like socially, I've learned to adapt with my Asperger's and be more of an outrovert.
My friend Vince, the guy who's been on stream a couple of times, he's total extrovert. He is like fucking. Well, I mean, if you seen what he does, he's total extrovert. But like when we be in like bars and shit or clubs, whatever, like he wouldn't give a fuck. He'll talk to anyone. He'd go up to anyone. He's like, be like, oh, she's way out of music. He's like, oh, fuck that. You just go up right up to him. Or
I try to be cool with people. I don't judge
unless
you're an inhuman, racist, sexist, piece of shit, sicko, homophobic, transphobic, whatever. Fuck all that shit. Yeah. Animal abusers can fuck off too.
It seems like in past content, there was a lot more characters, let's say, appearing in videos, but it doesn't seem to be that common these days. Why do you think that is?
How many fucking hits are you taking? I mean, I guess it's a nicotine vape. I've never been into that kind of stuff, so. But everyone who I've ever known who has been, or who would use like a legit nicotine vape, never took that many hits in this length of time.
Them characters have moved on, or it's just a change in my content, whether I like it or not.
Is that a conscious thing to like keep people from trolls, or?
No, it's just I don't socialize as much as I used to. I don't get out very much. I'm pretty much a hermit. Gotcha. Just me and my boy Puff
Dark
chilling.
Side Cobra.
What?
I mean, you seem to like that, so.
Oh yeah, I love Puff. He's an awesome lizard. He's a handsome little bastard. Very proud too. He is. No, I opened the window in my room, but I left the glass part closed because it was raining. And Puff isn't bothered by thunderstorms.
Oh, he didn't mind it?
No, checking out on him, and he's just on his log watching the thunder outside.
That is not,
like it's a.
I'm so grateful that my dog does not give a fuck about loud noises. Doesn't care about thunderstorms, fireworks, anything like that. Because I've seen those dogs, the ones that just get all crazy and scared. I sympathize. My heart goes out to those dog owners who have to deal with that shit. Especially if like a really big dog. Like a fucking Rottweiler jumping on your arms looking for
just
protection. Just
judging from
or a Doberman.
Like conversations online, some
my
people
dog is 15 pounds.
seem to think that you have like a substance abuse issue. What do you think about that?
I don't have a substance abuse issue.
You lying sack of shit.
And that's what pisses me off about the hypocrisy of alcohol, to be honest. They glamorize drugs and alcohol, but then as soon as you do them, it's seen as a problem, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you smoke weed for your depression, people call you a stoner and a druggie, but they'll prescribe you an antidepressant that causes thoughts of suicide.
Wait, so...
And a bunch of other shit.
Hold on one second.
Depression.
Hold on. I just need to see what this is. Is this a nicotine vape, or is this a... Because the other day, if you remember, he got a Delta 8 thing. Is that... Elf vape. Yeah, I'm 21 or over. I think these are the BCs. What? Okay, these are just nicotine ones.
People call you a stoner and a druggie, but they'll prescribe you an antidepressant that causes thoughts of suicide and a bunch of other shit. Like the quit smoking pill Chantix is the worst. If you look up the side effects for Chantix, you're better off, if you're going to quit smoking, you're better off cold turkeying that son of a bitch.
Yeah, because
well, I mean, like another thing too, like you mentioned, let's see, you said that Brian B. I'm going to call it Brian B and Brian L. With the nicotine stuff, there was this comedian, Rich Voss, who was on the Opie and Anthony show, was a staple on there, and he was a big smoker for years. But then he quit smoking because that was when nicotine gum became a thing. But then he just became addicted to the gum. It's like, okay, that's probably, quote, healthier because you're not messing up your lungs, but at the same time, you still have an addiction. It's probably not good constantly feeding your body with nicotine. And that's what they kept saying. They're like, bro, you just swapped one thing for the other. It's like, well, this isn't as bad. It's like, okay, fair point, but that's meant, like, the gum is not meant to replace the original vice. The gum is meant to help you wean off of that vice.
Suicide and like
vivid or strange dreams, hallucinations, seizures, depression, irritability after quitting Chantix.
Oh, God.
I ain't gonna quit smoking.
yeah, me neither.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
So you don't really think it's an issue? You think the internet's just kind of blowing it out of?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah,
like,
oftentimes, Brian B, the cure or the cure is worse than the disease, whatever the expression is. I remember I was taking, what was it? It was Zoloft for a while because I was dealing with depression when I was younger, like legit depression. And it turned me into like a fucking, I said it was like Spider-Man 3 when Peter got hit with Venom and stuff. Like, it just made him into like this asshole. And that's what happened to me with the Zoloft. Like, okay, I wasn't depressed anymore or depressed as much, but I had like no temper, or like my temper was like, I would just snap at everything and everyone. I just didn't give a fuck. It almost made me like feel good to be angry and mean. And then I recognized I'm like, holy shit, I'd like step back and I just quit it cold turkey, which I guess is not, well, you're not supposed to quit any, what is it? Well, probably not any medicines, especially not antidepressants cold turkey. But I just did. I was like, I didn't know. And then when I told later, because this happened late, when I was very younger, and I dated someone later I talked to someone about Zoloft, and they were like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, why? It's like, oh, I quit Zoloft, and it was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Like, they almost got suicidal when they jumped off it. But for me, I think because I wasn't so angry anymore, that was what helped me wean off it. Oh, and welcome, Born to Noob and Samurai.
Hey now.
I noticed that my drinking does get worse around Christmas time because I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I think my biggest issue with...
Well, I guess it's Christmas every day in your fucking house, pal.
My alcohol is if I get blackout drunk and I'm mad about something, don't take it out on the people who care about me. That's why I felt just absolutely awful about the way I acted around my family last Christmas. I ended up in the drunk tank. My first time in being in jail, and hopefully my last.
Yeah.
When I sobered up and realized what the fuck I did, I was like, that's just not who I am,
Was that something you feel you regretted, the Christmas incident?
There are a few feelings worse. I've had happen a couple of times where you black out and you wake up and you realize, fuck, I got too drunk. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never woken up in a fucking jail cell. But I'll just say this. I woke up one time in my bathtub, completely clothed, and the phone next to me, and two angry women. One was the woman who would become my wife, who I was dating at the time. The other woman being my girlfriend prior to her.
Yeah, not my proudest moments. Having my dad pick me up from jail around Christmas, be like, there was a bell tower down the street going off, and there were crows and ravens flying over my head. So for me, it was kind of majestic, but I really couldn't appreciate it that much because I felt like shit. Absolute dog shit.
The little bits I remember, basically what happened was I had Bacardi 151 and I was drinking by myself. And my mom had recently died. That's all you need to know. I remember, I shouldn't even, no, I can't say this. I can't be on record saying this anyways.
You did seem to kind of own it a little bit, though. I mean,
Yeah, I owned up to it.
You lying sack of shit!
And I acknowledge that I gotta cut down on my drinking.
You lying
And
sack of shit!
people don't see when I cut down on drinking. If I have a drink on camera, it's automatically, you're supposed to be quitting Cobra. And it's like, shut up. You don't see what I go through off camera. Memorial
Well, good for
Day
you,
sale for
Falcon.
Grondike soap. I love it. I love my tactical soap.
Excuse me.
I've been told no by every chick I've liked since the 4th grade.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
It hurts when you get rejected by every girl you like, but I still try.
Well, I'll tell you this, Brian B. That was the last time that I ever had. Like, after that, I found the bottle, I threw it in the trash, and I have never drank that again, and I never will drink it again, just because of that night. Like I said, I pissed off my future wife, the other woman who, the 2 women who I had the longest relationships with. She was a great girl. I wish nothing but the best for her, but it came to a point where it was like, okay, you have to either, we've been together for over 2 years, and you have to either put a ring on it or leave. And when I looked at her family, because I meant, when you marry someone, you marry into the family as well. And I was like, and I loved her, but she was kind of white trash. The main tipping point was at one point we were at a family, and I'll get back to the video after this. We're at a family gathering, her family, not mine. And I saw there was one of her cousins, or like I think it was the wife of one of her cousins. She was like 8 or 9 months pregnant, and I saw her smoking a cigarette, like just smoking, right? And I went to the girl, my girlfriend. I'm like, what is she doing? Why is she doing that? And she kind of defended her. She defended the woman for smoking. And because she came from a family of smokers as well, and to where everyone smoked, like a big family, to the point where one of her youngest aunts died like before the age of like 50 of lung cancer. And her mom smoked, admitted she smoked. She still smoked later on. And my girlfriend was born premature and didn't have a sense of smell. And yet she's defending this woman who was smoking while pregnant. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. And we moved on, and I broke up, and then I met my wife, and now we got 3 kids, and I'm happy where I am.
Grondike, supercharge your charm this Memorial Day with 20% off everything. Site-wide sale starts today. Use code all capital letters Memorial the number 20 at checkout. Yeah. No, I like wearing tactical soap because women like the smell of it. See, I don't have to get laid to appreciate what it does for my my social life with the ladies.
What you just said is one of the most
Brian
insanely
B,
idiotic things
just so you
I've
know,
ever heard.
Cobra, how long is it? It's at least 3 or 5 year dry spell? It's at least 4. I know that for a fact. So he's talking about he has a partner deal with this thing called Tactical Soap, and he talks about how he wears all the time and it helps people get laid. Yet he hasn't gotten laid in years.
Another thing that so obviously people worry about the perceived substance abuse thing. Another thing people were really worried about was
Falcon, also too, it's so fucked up. Like, just to give another example, and I apologize for all these pauses, folks. But so my aunt on my mom's side, she's like at least 70. She's probably been smoking since she was 18. No lung cancer. I mean, I'm like no adverse health issues. Obviously not if she's almost 80, right? But then there's my cousin who's around my age, 42, who's been smoking since she's 16, and they found she's infected. She has cancer. They don't know the full extent of it, but she's I talked to my, she's not in good shape from what I've been told. I haven't talked to her directly. We're not that close. We're not estranged. We don't keep tabs. My dad talks to her more. It's on my dad's side. So obviously he talks to her sister, my cousin's mom, and gets told this stuff. And it's just, it's fucking crazy.
That I noticed in the discussions was like Duster. Are you still currently doing that?
Oh no.
Not at the moment, no.
Do you think that there's a problem there, or are you just...
No, I don't, to be honest.
You lying sack of shit! You lying sack of shit!
No,
He's huffing fucking compressed air, for those who are not aware.
Sold an entire can and a half of air duster in one day, and it fucked me up real good, but I didn't die from it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Ozzy Osbourne's biggest fan.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Bro, I just said that I drank a bunch of Bacardi 151 and it fucked me up. It didn't kill me. Right. And then I stopped doing it.
And of course I'm going to fuck with drugs and alcohol.
Boring. Boring.
I hope you guys like the interview here that we're doing.
Oh, I'm fucking loving it, Cobra.
That's good. Yeah, man.
Do you think your health has declined at all in recent years?
No idea, to be honest. I don't really
no.
care about how healthy I am. I just live fast and enjoy the moment,
Yeah. You don't go to the doctor at all?
Idiotic things I have
Not if unless I really absolutely need it. No, I don't go to the doctor's office unless I absolutely need to.
And apparently, and just sorry, an interruption, my cousin, the one who's in bad health now, she did the same fucking thing. She apparently wasn't going to the doctor regularly. I mean, like me, I've had health insurance pretty consistently throughout my life. Every year I get a free physical. Why would I not take that? Sadly, this is America. And she didn't take that for years. And it's like, what the fuck is the matter? And also, like, even with Phil, when do you think his last time he had a physical? Probably not since Cat moved in. Definitely not since the pandemic.
It seems like the wand making is extremely lucrative.
Very lucrative.
People buy those. Those all sell out immediately, don't they?
Like hotcakes, my dude.
Well, they do.
Why don't you make more? It seems like
it keeps the demand up, and
Okay, so it's like a
more exclusive, yes.
Purposeful exclusivity.
Yes.
The other thing that seemed extremely lucrative was TTS.
Don't need to talk shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you don't like the way I cook...
Hey, dumb.
I miss these.
Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Yeah,
you should do those again. Why the fuck not? Own it.
Tell you.
Is there a reason you don't do that anymore, or do you ever think that's gonna?
Well, people would like donate to talk shit and then do a chargeback, so my PayPal would be in the negative because this is how obsessed people are with trolling me.
Okay, I can understand that.
So I quit doing that because of the chargebacks, and now StreamYards, I guess they can't do chargebacks anymore because people are abusing it on people like me. So, and I'm like, I don't need their money that badly, to be honest. If you want to talk shit to me and pay me money, like, I could just laugh and take their money. They're going to do it anyways, regardless of what I do, so...
So you don't think the actual TTS will make a comeback ever?
No. No.
And so, you think that it's not worth the money that you're getting to have to actually hear the shit come out of your speakers?
Pretty much, exactly. And the shit they would say is just fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think the trolls bother you?
3.
It used to be...
It's a 3.
Like a 7 or a 6, but now it's down to a 0. I don't let it bother me anymore because now they're pawns in my chess game. And I'm winning. I don't actively, like, okay, here's the thing of it. My trolls will spend all day texting me from burner numbers, and then they brag about it on these other websites, you know. And I don't actively go out of my way to troll my trolls. I'd rather spend all day playing guitar or listening to Ozzy Osbourne or watching YouTube.
Oh yeah, you did, Brian. Like, he posted about it.
make time for these assholes. Yeah. And I don't have to get inside their fucking head.
I mean, I'm not a
I
Wings
get a
fan,
bearded
but I
dragon
fucking
and
feel
just
for him, man.
flooded with hate comments.
Like, I've not heard any. Well, I mean, obviously, no one's had a positive experience with kidney stones, but I've not heard any kidney stone story where I have not like had fear shot into my heart. Like, that is some fucked up shit. Like, my dad had kidney stones. He said it felt like pissing razor blades. And then another time, him and someone else that I knew were commiserating over the kidney stones. And the other guy said that he legit thought he was dying and he was vomiting uncontrollably because he was in so much pain. Like, and even fucking Wings said that he was vomiting because of the pain. That's just, oh. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah. They tell to my dad, my landlord, and everyone, anyone
Could
who
you
would
imagine if Phil fucking had kidney stones?
listen and nobody cares. Yeah. Telling my dad, oh, you better take that lizard away because Josh is blah, 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 just talking all this shit. My dad said, look, my son is autistic.
I want to bet
He's
what?
good with animals. He'll do great with Puff. Leave him the fuck alone. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not going to take my son's fucking lizard away. Leave him the fuck alone.
Do you think the trolls have any effect on the way that you present yourself?
Not really, no, because if it did, I'd stop dressing goth.
So you just...
What?
And does that mindset... or it
As a part
seems
of
like
the top
that
of the arm and
mindset
just take a
extends
short
to
break.
everyone. Like, you just do your
I
own
just
thing.
think another
Pretty
drink
much. That's
and,
why people seem to like me / hate me. I'm not afraid to
up.
just do my thing and fuck what anybody thinks, you know.
Why do you think people like your content? What do you think it is that makes you so...
No fucking idea. If they enjoy it, then cool, you know what I'm saying? I honestly have no idea what makes people like my content so much.
That's interesting.
I can tell you why they hate me, though, because I'm not afraid to be myself, and they're insecure with who they are as people, and they're afraid to be judged as people for who they are, and that's why they hate me, you know?
Yeah. You said that your relationship with your dad has improved over the years.
It has, yes. Now that I've moved out,
Sack of shit.
and I've been living on my own for well over 10 years, it's gotten better.
You should look him up. Just look him up. Don't harass. I just have to throw that disclaimer out there. I know no one will do that here, but clipping out of context, whatever. His dad actually has a website. Just look up his name and something will come up. He has like this art website that he made.
Father-son relationships can be complicated, especially if I'm my dad's first and oldest kid, so you know how that goes.
What?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What? What does the fact that you're the first son have anything to do with complicating your relationship?
Do you think that's why...
I don't have a complicated relationship with my oldest. Granted, it's a girl, but like what?
Improved is just because you moved out, or do you...
Yeah, and I think my dad, just wants to establish a healthier father-son relationship.
So
I don't fucking blame him.
Making more of an effort.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
The other day, I went over to his house, and I took my
lathe
lathe with me, and we sat there, and he carved on goblets while I made wands.
Oh, he was making...
unless Phil is legit drinking water, when he takes his stream sips. I mean, to be fair, we're all just speculate. Who knows?
Yeah, my dad makes wooden goblets. They're pretty cool.
That's awesome.
My dad got into woodworking because he saw how much I enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tried carving a wand out on my lathe with me one time, and he said it was so much fun that he had to get... So my dad's got a wood shop in his basement.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, very sweet, yes.
You said that you stopped going to bars because of trolls harassing the places and stuff.
It's not really that. I just stopped going to bars because it kind of... I still enjoy going to the bar, but just not as much as when I was younger because, it does tend to lose the appeal after a bit when they're charging too much for drinks. And you don't know how the asshole next to you is going to get when they start drinking.
Tell me when I'm telling
Fuck the
lies.
trolls, dude.
I mean, he's not
I stopped going
wrong.
to bars just because it's more convenient to drink at home, if anything. I get too drunk and pass out. I fall asleep in my chair, and no one's gonna be like, hey, you need to wake up, Cobra, quit sleeping.
Okay, I just gotta step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
So the groove will make me
Sorry about that, folks. Like, can I just say this right now? Like, I don't mean to be like fucking Mr. Party Pooper here, but it's not July 4th anymore. It's fucking July 28th. Like, enough with the fucking fireworks. Like, I went upstairs to go to the bathroom. I just like, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And everybody's, oh, it's fireworks. And again, you know, thank God my dog is fine, but I'm sure there's a bunch of, you know, there's dozens of dogs in my neighborhood. I'm sure at least some of them are, you know, going nuts right now. It's like, is it really worth it?
So it's just more
These
for
people with the
convenience
fireworks?
and you're just not into it as much anymore.
No, but I did have a fun time at karaoke the other night.
We
Oh, I
did
bet
too.
you did.
That was dope as hell.
It reminded me of why I still like going to the bars, you know, wearing my tactical soap and smelling sexy for the bar honeys.
You know, a question I just thought of was you seemed to, when we did go to the bar, you seemed to really, really enjoy the communal aspect of it and the other people singing karaoke and everything. Is that like a big appeal to you?
Yes, it is. Just keeping the music alive, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can guarantee
other
you
people
that
enjoying
they
music and stuff like
don't
that.
have
Yeah,
dogs
man.
or
Do you recognize
pets
a difference
or know
between
very little
malicious
about them.
trolls and trolls that are like having fun with you? Maybe.
I'm starting to, yes.
Okay.
But sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Having autism, I can't tell who's fucking with me and who's being legit. And sometimes I'll take like constructive criticism and like
I'm
mistake
not
it as
saying you never
trolling.
use fireworks. I
And
don't
it's
want
like
to
I
be
didn't
that
ask for your
asshole.
constructive criticism. I don't give you fucking my 2
4th of
cents.
July,
And if I do, it's on
fine.
my channel and no one's forcing you to fucking watch.
A very special event.
Yeah, like
Fine.
it seems like there's two, at least from the way I view it, it seems like there's two.
Fucking
And maybe you view it
July
differently because you're
28th
just
at
getting
9
fucked with
o'clock
and you don't want to get fucked
Eastern
with at all.
Standard Time.
But
What?
it seems like
there's no fucking going off, by the way.
like the troll that swatted you, that's malicious. But then it seems like people will send you.
I hate that my YouTube trolls need to get a life more than I need to get laid. Your obsession with me is fucking sad. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it seems like
Okay, so how do we want to view this? Is this guy here, is he bad because he didn't tell Cobra to turn off his fucking phone before they did the interview? Or is he smart to have it leave it on because he was able to catch that last clip there?
like the troll, for example,
could
the
go
troll
either
that
way.
swatted you, that's like malicious. But then it seems like sometimes people will send you like the fake cigar prank, you know, where they sent you the fake cigar and it was like the snake that came out.
Like the glitter bomb, yeah.
Like that seems a little less.
I mean, it's juvenile, but it's harmless.
Yeah. So you said you're starting to come around to seeing a difference between those two?
Mm-hmm.
Do you perceive that as like
I hate those more than I love Cobra.
do you perceive that difference in your thinking? Do you see that as like a big change that you've made over the years?
Trying to see it, yes.
Yeah, right. I don't really deal
It's
with
hard
that
with the
much
Asperger's, but
because
I do the best that I can.
I
you
live in
know.
a very residential neighborhood, and
What
also
do you
I'm in a
think the
cul-de-sac.
end goals of
Anyone who's
your
blasting
trolls
loud
are?
music is not really coming near me.
They want to see me dead
Like,
in
I'm
a
at the end
hospital
of the
bed.
cul-de-sac.
They want to see me homeless in a ditch, in a group home, living at home with my parents. They want to see me commit murder, whatever. They want to see me locked up in a mental institution. It's not going to happen. They want to see me deleting my YouTube channel and everything that I do. And it's just like, dude, the time you waste trolling Cobra is time you could be investing into bettering your life and yourself. Why do you hate Cobra? Ask yourself that important question. Because he's got this, this, and this, and this. Well, if you don't have those things, how can you change that?
Do you think that there's an end to the dry spell?
I don't care if the dry spell ends, to be honest.
Doesn't matter at this point.
No, after almost 6 years, you just learn to quit caring. The first 2 to 3 years were the hardest. Year 4 and 5, which I'm on year 5 right now.
How long is my dry spell? I
I realize that it doesn't matter if I get laid, because dating in general sucks. So instead of like spending all my time fucking complaining because I can't get laid, there are bigger issues in our society. Sickos are
Mine
a
was about
thing.
4 years.
Women and men are getting abused on their relationships. And I hate it. I fucking absolutely hate it.
It wasn't fun.
I think that
I'll admit,
people
I'll agree to that.
like online think that you don't take good care of yourself. What do you think you do as a part of like self-care? You know, something that's just for you, that you know, maybe like some people take baths or do yoga or, you know, just relax or meditate.
I play guitar to help with my stress.
That's like a de-stress kind of thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is that the only thing you have, or do you think
I carve wands and watch YouTube videos and smoke marijuana and tobacco. I use tobacco, yeah, and drink.
kind of seems like cooking?
I know.
Is one
I'm
too.
so glad I
You
never
seem
got
to
into that.
really enjoy the whole process.
I do enjoy cooking, yes.
It seems like YouTube is your preferred method of media consumption. Like you don't seem to watch very many movies or play games or watch TV shows or like read books that often. It seems like you prefer YouTube over those.
I do watch TV shows, yes, but they're all cartoons. And I do play video games on occasionally, just not as much as I used to.
Yeah. Why do you think you like YouTube the most? What is it about YouTube that you just really enjoy?
It's random. You're not going to get the
I
same
don't play
thing,
video
you know?
games
There's
as much
like
as I
10
used
million
to
content
either.
creators, and they're all just doing their thing.
I did have
and
fun
it's
last
awesome.
night. You should check out Jose's. Is it on his Twitch? I don't know if it's.
Have you ever considered moving out of Casper, or do you want to stay here?
No, I want to
Jose,
stay here.
He's.
I travel the world and see places, but I like.
You know,
Casper,
like the
yeah.
Jose,
This
the
is your
lobby
home.
crasher.
You like to come back here.
Yeah, when I build my clock tower mansion, it's going to be on the outskirts of Casper, on my own private land.
It seems like lately you don't live stream as much. Why do you think that is?
Internet issues is the only reason.
Okay.
Chat gets disconnected, or it doesn't record the video I'm responding to, the sound shuts off.
What is your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Building my clock tower dream house. Winning the lottery.
Do you play the lottery?
Yes, I do, when it gets real high.
What's your preferred play? Is it like scratch offs or is it like the Powerball?
Powerball and Mega Millions.
Jose did a. Jose did a Street Fighter event last night that I was a part of. I'll pull it up after this. Or a part of it, anyways. I'll just play.
You want to win the lottery and get signed by a record deal, that'd be cool. Like major record deal.
Oh, yeah. Especially lately, maybe like the last couple years, you've really been blowing up. It seems like you're going into like the next tier of your career. And you're getting like a lot of really big opportunities like Danny Brown and ABBA and Preach and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like you follow up on them very much. Why do you think that is?
I get blown up all the time with like
That's a good question.
people texting me and shit. I don't care how big I blow up, I just focus on doing my thing, you know?
Yeah. So do you think it's hard to distinguish between like what's a troll and what's like a real opportunity?
It can be hard, yes.
Have you ever thought about maybe getting like a second phone that's like just business?
Nope.
No. You like the way you do it?
Mm-hmm.
So recently there's
I
been like a
apologize,
kind of
folks.
a big campaign to get you on Fish Tank season 2. What do you think the
There's that cough there. I
do you think
muted it
you might realistically
right
do that?
afterwards. Sounds
Yes.
Yeah.
Find someone to watch
Water went
Puffin, I'm
down the
totally
wrong
down.
pipe.
My family said they'd help with that.
Your family did?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the people that talk about your friendship with Ellen?
Oh. You know what? He's kind of picking it up. I do have to say that. He's gotten some good questions in a row here. People point out, someone put on Twitter that I guess side scrollers guys who interviewed Phil, which was such a fantastic interview. I mean, my God. Like, we're only halfway through the year, but when Secret makes the worst of DSP 2023 video, I mean, that interview has to be in the top 3. Adam and Craig. But, like, they just get, like, you gotta give them props for good questions for these lol cows.
Depends on what they're saying.
Like, they kind of
I don't have a friendship with her anymore. We don't even talk to each other. I leave her alone and I just ignore her.
And stuff.
If I'm hanging out with Walt and Angie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she comes over to visit her parents.
I felt it was like a one-hit wonder. I'm like, yeah, but they...
Just to be polite, and that's it. If I walk by her, I'll say, excuse me, just to be polite. They fucking knocked it out of the park. And that's the extent of it.
Size scores, at least. I don't know about these guys.
Do you feel like the trolls ruined that?
They did, and me oversharing and bragging about our friendship didn't help either. My trolls couldn't handle having girls they like scared off from them because of me. They would fucking hate being treated like me.
Sometimes you mention businesses, local businesses and stuff on stream, and it seems like the trolls then take that business and then start harassing them. Have you tried to like mention businesses less as time has gone on, just because like, do you feel like you can't mention businesses on stream now because the trolls are just gonna fuck with them?
Pretty much. Yeah. I try to get the free advertisements and be like, hey, this gets the Cobra seal of approval, and like, yeah, exactly why. And I don't want them getting harassed just because I'm trying to get them more customers, Yeah.
Are there any big things that you still want to do with your life? Career goals, travel, personal goals, stuff like that?
Not at the moment, no.
Like, I'm in my fucking basement right now.
I want to see London and Big Ben someday, but I don't have to wait.
If you could take 3 things from your apartment to a deserted
you would
island,
literally think it's the 4th of July.
My puffers, and plenty of food to keep them alive.
Oh, I feel so bad.
And like the stuff for my cell phone, so I can like make videos on the island.
How does having mental illness affect your relationships with others?
They tend to stay away from me, like...
What a shock.
Once they're used to Josh and my randomness, then they don't care.
Does that bother you?
Yes and no.
Do you go to therapy?
Currently, yes.
What?
Do you enjoy it?
What?
No, yes and no.
I'm sorry, did I miss this?
What do you like and not like about it?
Is he ever said on stream
I like
that he's
having
going to
someone to
therapy?
talk to and just bitch without being judged. I don't like it because, talking about it's not going to make it go away. Therapy is just a more healthy way of dealing with your problems,
Sorry, give
I guess.
me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Talking about your problems doesn't make them go away. Drinking your problems away doesn't make it go away, so it's just frustrating, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sorry, give me like 30 seconds here. Hey now, Elric. Okay, so I went up. Sorry, like they're just hearing all kinds of fireworks. I go upstairs. My wife, I'm like, you hear that, right? Because I couldn't tell at first if it was fireworks or just my kids running around. But no, it's the fireworks. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then basically, long story short, it's my town that's doing a fireworks thing. There's some festival going on today in the middle of town, which we live kind of close to, and they're setting off fireworks. I'm like, oh, great. They're doing it right there. Ugh. And it's my town that's acting like this way, being an asshole to numerous pets in the town.
By the end of the interview, I could tell Josh was starting to get a little short. When Josh is confronted with too much, he doesn't really just start to get angry, he just kind of shuts down. He doesn't really get pissed, he just fully stops responding. This is kind of the point that we got to with him. After the interview, I wanted to give Josh a parting gift. While we were in town, we had a custom sign made for him. It was a reference to a joke that he had made earlier in the week at the bar. I hoped it was something he could remember us by, and a thank you for being so hospitable. I just want to say again, 100% dude, you were fucking super gracious for all this, letting us come in here and invade your space for a week, and just opening your life to us. We really appreciate it. So we got you this made. It's a little sign for your house.
That is badass.
With your favorite colors and the snake on it and stuff. It's a little canvas, so you should just be able to nail it up somewhere.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. With that, we headed out once again, but before we left, I wanted to try and get an interview with Clint. Josh's dad is a very large figure in his life and his channel. He's almost as much a part of the Cobraverse as Josh himself is. No. He can be a very divisive figure. Some people don't think that he takes as good of care of Josh as he should, and this inspires a lot of hatred. He can be pretty outspoken as well, which adds fuel to the flame. I figured I had to try and get an interview with him if I could. Josh was not very receptive to this idea at all, though. At this point, I figured it was a lost cause. I would later email Clint after the trip was done and have a brief dialogue with him. We left Josh, and after the interview, I honestly expected him to be upset. I knew I was going to have to press him on certain topics, but he responded pretty well to it. He was excited for the project and wanted to see it come to fruition. We left and prepared to meet Darth the next day.
What?
This was the last day we spent with Josh. We agreed to meet Josh and Darth in a park nearby Josh's apartment. We arrived at 2 p.m. and of course we had to wait over an hour for the pair to get there.
No. Oh yeah, this guy. Oh.
Darth Lenny. Nice to meet you, man. You too. Oh, yeah. John. Here, I would. Yeah. John. Nice to meet you. Michael, most YouTube knows me as Darth Lenny, and actually I went to high school with him.
Is that how you guys met?
Yeah.
Okay. What age?
Sorry about that. I accidentally knocked the wire out of my microphone.
A long time ago in the galaxy far from our
Yeah, it's been over a decade.
Okay. Like, what brought you guys together? Why did you become friends?
Not completely too sure.
Yeah.
I know we was both more on the outcast side. Yeah. First interaction.
Well, like what I think they should have done to meet her was if they had audio problems and if in post, I mean, I don't know how much post work this guy did because obviously we don't know. If he did none, then it's like, come on, bro. But like, if you can't boost the audio, I mean, obviously we can tell it doesn't sound as good or the wind obfuscates it. Like, just put in your own subtitles. Like even if you don't want to go and hard code it, like at least go and make like a little thing that says like, you know, if this is hard to hear, this has been subtitled, or you should just go and subtitle it yourself.
We actually ended up having the same art class together.
Okay. Mr. Cool.
Like it's.
Yeah.
It's easier to just make the subtitles and like copy and paste them over versus hard coding them in the video. Trust me, I would know. But you could easily just make a thing saying, hey, can't understand this. The subtitle, click on the thing for subtitles.
Biggest teacher I've ever known.
Really?
Actually, the first day, he was sitting there standing, and I actually told him he might want to take a seat before the teacher gets in.
Yeah.
So a couple minutes later,
This is
he
so
stepped
bad.
out of the room. A couple minutes later, he came back in and was like, "I'm the teacher. Surprise, motherfucker." A couple weeks into that
Let's see what happens if we put it on here.
saw that he was oversetting by himself, so come join my little group.
He looks like fucking Bam Bam Bigelow. I've been watching the Dark Side of the Ring. I'm not done with it yet.
We'll call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How does that?
I wish we could watch it together,
How
but
does
we
that
would get
feel? Does that?
fucking.
Do you not really think about it? Is it just kind of like?
We'd be taken down immediately. I guarantee that. On YouTube,
don't
I
really
mean.
think about it
Yeah.
much.
What do you think is the?
I
the
wouldn't
one
say
thing
it's
that people
bad,
don't know
Elric.
about Josh that watch it?
Like, I'd give it a.
I think
Well, let's see the full ending.
a lot of it is
It's not gritty yet. Or rather, I
they
can't
watch
grade
and
it
then
yet.
they kind of just tunnel in, and only really see what they want. But for the most part, pretty much everything on camera is pretty much right on the sleeve.
Yeah, you think that creates like a warped
Negative perception.
Yeah, like a negative perception or a warped version of Josh.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times when people do tunnel in, they just kind of block out everything else that is there at that moment.
Yeah.
Let's see what they want to see, man.
Anyways, I'm on the early part of the Bam Bam documentary.
Ever had any experience with like
I'll
trolling?
probably watch it after the
Anything
stream.
like that?
Well, actually, maybe I might watch SmackDown. We'll see. I'm
I
gonna
live around trolls.
I'll show you part of the stuff with Street Fighter 6
Actually,
last
there's
night.
and to kind of go into that a little bit. Actually, at work, there's one person that for probably 8-9 months was sitting there constantly trying to get me fired.
Really?
So
Damn.
I probably experienced trolling a lot more than I think I do.
Yeah.
Only because I don't really pay much attention to it.
Yeah. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect.
Not so much.
Yeah. And is that just people? Is that people from that know you from his content, or is that just your own, just like randos?
Mm-hmm.
Option D, C, all of the above.
Yeah, just all of it. Okay. Being a part of the videos and being a part of the universe almost gets you.
I can't
some sort of
understand this.
Characterization. Do you think you've been like mischaracterized at all?
Okay, do you think I've been mischaracterized? Okay, I got the important part in.
Do you feel similar?
But like, still, you gotta put in fucking subtitles, one way or the other.
Josh, or do you?
Because you can boost this, like in editing, you can just boost to uncomfortably high levels to at least understand it and then transcribe it for the people. Just own up to it. Be like, hey, we didn't have proper audio equipment. So if you have problems hearing what they're saying, we have transcribed it.
Like, I know in some viewings, yes, I am.
Well, Greg, we're probably in
for the
similar
most part,
dates, if you know what I mean.
I have no clue.
Yeah, you don't look at the stuff online or anything like that.
Not much. I'm not good with technology in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, what
at
a
all.
fucking shock.
So, with all the Reddit,
Yeah.
I don't even barely know how to get to Reddit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I guess that's good though. if there is
I feel bad.
Exactly.
The way that Bam Bam passed. I don't know the full story yet, but a little bit I've heard from the beginning.
Josh.
His daughter talking about her dad, the memory of him almost crashing his car and being taken away from him and seeing him go away in handcuffs. Oh. As a dad, that kills me.
That one's kind of hard because a lot of times through high school, you'll meet a lot of people. You'll become friends with some. Yeah. And then it turned out to be most of those friends were more just acquaintances. Yeah. So I think it's the ones who don't let the time get between it. Because I mean, there's times where Josh and I will talk daily. We'll meet up and hang out daily. All the way to, I think the largest gap that we had was...
Well, like what the quote that kind of got me was when the wife said he wanted to be a dad more than a wrestler. And I'm like, then you shouldn't be a fucking wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, not to sound mean to the wrestlers who are dads, but if your main motivation is to be a dad
just in order to
versus a wrestler, like,
understand Josh,
you can't do both.
All the little,
or if you're really into being a dad.
Instead of just tunneling in on select few. And with the autism, that does show way different variation. Yeah.
It's an interesting
so
statement.
So taking that into consideration, a lot of people who don't have any neurodivergent experience probably just not going to take any of it into consideration. But
tell me
pretty
when
much,
I'm telling lies.
Like
tell
me
me when I'm telling lies.
Severe ADHD.
He's not talking bullshit, folks.
They're both different forms of.
But like, here's the thing: this is actually some not bad material, but we can barely understand it, so we're tuning out of it. Like, bro, like you're just hurting yourself. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave this guy some constructive criticism. Not negative comment, constructive criticism.
Neurodivergent. With me, it's not as profound from outside. Where with Josh, it is more visible to outer influence. Well, not outer influence, but outer vision. And I think a lot of times that's just kind of brushed under the table. Yeah. And some things are just blamed on one thing when it's actually different. Yeah. And which comes back to tunneling in on specific things that individual wants to look for.
Gotcha. Darf was incredibly nice. He's just such a wholesome guy and super kind and generous. I still think he's my favorite of Josh's friends. Even after the interview was over, he talked to us for like 20 minutes about Casper, some places we should visit, how to get there, and specifically this place that Starship Troopers was filmed at. He's honestly just a class act. When we left the two sitting in the pavilion, it felt like the end of a big thing. There was no grand goodbye to Josh. We just left him with his friend. In that moment, it didn't really feel like a lot, but looking back, this is the last time we would see Josh in person. Why do you think people watch Cobra?
You're going to like this. I'm doing this just for you. You can even cut out this bit of me talking if you want, but
I forgot that when we watched part one, we had subtitles on it as well. And that's an issue. We kind of needed it on at different times during this documentary.
Why is this man the way he is? Why does he have 53,000 subscribers? What What's the intro to the Christian? What's the fascination? Why do we watch that kind of deal?
Yes, yeah.
Trying to figure that out, I think, is one of the biggest appeals of being a Cobra fan, if you will.
Hey now.
Yeah, everybody has their own reasons for watching. Like, you take me, a hopeful guy who just wanted to see the guy do some good. Then you got other people who just want to see him fall on his face, or, God forbid, maybe there's one person in the entire world that thinks, man, I love this avant-garde music.
I think that the reason why people like King Cobra JFS is that he is just so starkly fascinating. He is just like,
he's fucking vaping too. Has he been doing that previously and I just missed it? I don't know. I would think if you're on camera, don't vape. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird to just like smoke during the middle of an interview. Either person. If you're not on camera, well, no, both they were on camera. Like
King Cobra JFS is that he is just
yeah, I would not do that.
Starkly fascinating for.
I mean, okay, I do it sometimes on stream, but you can't see me. You know what I mean? Like if I had a camera on, of course I wouldn't do that.
For someone who is a new viewer, like you're just gonna get pulled in by some, one of those clips, like, I'm so good at guitar, it's a wonder I'm not drowning in pussy right now.
And especially not doing it during a fucking interview. That's pretty serious.
Cisgender, alive, human, non-related. Like somebody hears that and they just, they're like,
Yo, I saw this thing online. This one guy. So I made some comments on Twitter about AW Fight Forever. Fuck, I don't feel like logging into my thing. But basically, I made some... Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, so AW Arcade had an awful stream, and then they posted about it. And then I made some comments about the stream. I basically did a recap of the stream, but it was done in kind of a negative light because it was just such a shit stream. And some of the feedback I got was kind of interesting. And like, what was it? Just meant like unprofessionalism. I was like, yeah, that's just.
Oh, he's being silly? And then they.
I just want to get to the end of the
They start watching a couple videos and they're like,
for the people who are here for this,
I'm intrigued. But then for a while.
Yeah, professionalism.
These moments were not. You had a couple of these silly, like, aha moments, but then you also had. 10 hours of video.
I mean, to be fair, now that I think about it, Keemstar went and lit up with a vape when he was on Side Sports with DSP. But to be fair, he's not... Okay, so I just contradicted myself. Again, I'm in a similar state as Greg. He was not the interviewer. He was not conducting everything. He was brought on as a guest. So I guess in that case... Yeah, you can do whatever. But if you're the lead or the host, no, don't do that.
Oh,
I mean, you didn't see fucking Bob Barker lighting up on the set of The Price is Right. Or maybe they did. Did they?
Week of just, kind of rambling or maybe like a fan mail opening or pipe thoughts or whatever to where, okay, now that person's they're gonna see that.
I need to play them.
Well, that clip was funny, but I'm going to go on.
The main issue, though, was that
I think, as I mentioned before,
all
sort
Japanese.
of the increasingly deeper hole of the negative feedback loop that Cobra has found himself in.
Because I think he's fascinating. So, like, there are some trolls, well, not trolls, the more viewers that, like, occasionally watch Josh. They don't really keep up with the community or whatever. They're not really, like, kept up with all the lore, but they occasionally watch him. I think that they're fascinated by him because they're the complete opposite. And like they just like think that he's hilarious. And then I think that there's another group.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I mean, I think so far I fit into that group that he just described. I guess, Greg, but that was like the fifth. Like, I'm not counting, back in the day when it was black and white. It's like freaking What's My Line presented by Marlboro Cigarettes. 4 to 5 doctors say that these cigarettes are the healthiest ones you can smoke. Consult your doctor today.
That relate to him in some way, and like not necessarily like to the fullest extent, but like whether it be but they had a problem.
I'll try
with
to find some of those coupon games.
Drugs,
I've been meaning to maybe do
and didn't bathe or whatever the fuck. I think that
I need to do some research
there's
first.
That subsection, and then there's like another group that's like a lot older that see him as a lot more mature. Probably have had kids.
There's a Sergeant Slaughter game that's on the Amiga that I need to get working.
I feel like a lot of the older trolls, a lot of the ones that may be more bitter now than most, or that gatekeep more than most. I think that they have a soft spot for Josh, and I think they have the best intentions in their mind. It's hard to nail the exact reason to why you find Josh fascinating.
Really strange. Weird things like drink combos and stuff.
Oh my god, what's wrong with her teeth?
Really interesting. Interestingly strange. Honestly, I think it's because we all live such normal lives, and then when we see somebody like that, it's what the heck? You get to see what in their lives.
I feel Fist.
It's weird. I don't know how to explain that, but
it's easier to make a game out of Fist versus Lupin.
Before writing this script, when we got home, I took a week to just think everything through and ruminate on our trip. I wanted to separate myself from the experience and try and arrive at the answers I was looking to find. So did I answer those questions? Why do people watch KingCobraJFS? Well, because he's a spectacle. At least that's the reason people watch him now. New viewers have flooded in from multiple different places. These people primarily watch Josh to see the implosion, to see the man fall down in real time. Maybe if they watch enough, they'll catch it. But that's not why I watch Josh. It's hilarious when he freaks out or has too much to drink or messes something up or gets successfully trolled. It's great, but I didn't start watching Josh for that reason. One thing I noticed when interviewing people for the documentary was the common thread of people finding him through the Trapped documentary. The Trapped documentary is very simple. It's a slice of life. It follows Josh around town and we listen to him ramble about a variety of different topics. Josh is young here, but he still has that spark in him. There's something there. It's an honesty, a vulnerability, and openness.
We need to watch this
At this
next.
point, he has nothing to
God.
lose. He really genuinely doesn't seem to care what people think. Sure, there's some insecurity deep down, and things would definitely get to him. But he cared more about being himself than anything else. That documentary resonated with people. It distilled the essence of why people liked to watch Josh at that time. This was clear in his old content as well. But that's not the Josh we see today. At least it's not the one that I see. Josh doesn't seem honest, willing, or vulnerable to do really anything. It almost seems like he doesn't even like doing YouTube anymore. It seems like a chore for him, something he only does when he runs out of alcohol or food. He forces himself to go live or make a video. Where did this change occur? Why did it happen?
What?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I mean, am I wrong? I don't get that vibe at all from Cobra. I don't think he goes online as a sort of an obligation. I think he does it because he wants to. I mean, am I wrong?
Is it depression from substance abuse, or is it just being sick of the routine? I'm not really sure, but I think Josh has been broken down over the years. And sure, maybe it was self-inflicted, but I don't think this is just general aging. Josh has dug himself into a hole. He wants so badly to not have to work and watch YouTube all day or whatever it is that he does, that he'll put himself through whatever to meet that goal. Everyone strays from the path on their way to their goals, but it doesn't seem like Josh can even see the path anymore. He clearly...
If you're a woman, well, there's no, as I said, I don't think there's any women here. walked into a place and you saw this many bottles of alcohol, because don't forget, we're missing behind him. We all know there's so many bottles, but just seeing this number of bottles sitting around, would that make you say, yeah, this is someone I want to be with?
He rejects every solution that's put in front of him. He doesn't seem to want to get better. He doesn't seem to want to try. And to be honest, I don't think he ever will. I think this path only leads down. We're on the decline. It's only a matter of time until Josh happens upon another can of Duster, or drinks too much in the wrong place, or doesn't pay the right bill. Any of these accidents could send the boy spiraling, and it can be kind of sad to see. I think this is most people's problem with Josh. They see his issues, and he sees his issues, but only the viewer sees the blatant disregard for those issues, and the shirking of every opportunity to get better. The thing that I still can't even understand is why Josh doesn't take the myriad of opportunities that are handed to him, why he doesn't ride this wave and propel himself upwards. Even when I suggested that he get another phone number for business, all I got was a very quick
nope.
No. This is one small part of
Did
the
you not
bone
follow up and
that
say
people
why
have
not
to pick with Josh. With all that being said,
Did he
there's
follow it
still a
up?
glimmer of the old Josh underneath all that. He may not be as open anymore, he may get lost in thought loops, he may seem bored or uncaring, but Josh still tries as hard as he can to be himself. He may just not care what other people think, or he may care so hard that he's forced himself into the other direction. But I do genuinely hope that Josh gets better. I hope he begins to find good things in his life. I hope he turns things around and gets the help that he needs. To be honest, we don't know what's going on in that boggling brain of his, and we never will for certain. But regardless, I'll be watching a wizened Gothic king stream from his empire of dirt. Bye, Dad.
Okay, so I would say my final grade. I'll be generous and give it a B-. Overall, good. Like, I'm giving it more points for the effort, but I have to hold it back because of the execution.
All right, let's see who wants to. GG to you, Kaz. All right, let's see. Let's. I hope this game just started, but let's see.
That was my big thing, Elric. It was between B- and C+.
This game ain't ended by the time I started.
Those was me fighting Aqua.
You know what?
I don't know how much of it was online.
I said I changed my mind. I do an audible. Okay. This game's gonna probably. What? Let's see how much is fast forward.
Oh, the entire first round.
Look at that. That's like the fast. Yeah, thanks, Cons. Thank you. Well, let me see. Did anybody else join in the lobby? Just to make sure. Because what we're gonna do is when the stream ends, we're gonna do like a picture thing, okay?
This is already better than all
it'll
of
be
fucking
like the
Phil
end.
Street
If
Fighter
you guys
streams.
remember the last time when the stream ended, before the stream ended, we did like a whole homage to the first Street Fighter movie. So that's, well, at least live action. I'm not talking about animation. I'm talking about live action.
I call this, I uploaded it online. I call this old people fighting. Because me and Aqua are on the older side of the detractors, and I'm not like exposing anything. He's publicly stated it on stream.
Man, I like I said, I don't know who
or,
was that.
You know, enough to the effect of it.
Do like a troll account of me that day. Whoever it was, I don't know. I just need to see if he was effective on the trolling. I just gotta see it. All right, let's see. All right, here we go, rematch. All right, here we go. So we got Beliefs as Chun-Li, and we got Kim, and we got Aqua.
And no, the irony that one of my mains is the girl from China, and I married a Chinese girl is not lost on me.
Beliefs. Oh man. Hold on here. Oh, hold on here. Hold on here. Oh, with the blocks. Damn, you Belize, you didn't have to do that to Kim.
So I feel like Aqua Teal after this got like mad or something. Because watch how she plays in this round.
All right, here we go. Round 2. Oh, hold on here. She's trying. I think Kimberly. I mean, oh my gosh, Aqua Teal is trying to catch Beliefs in a moment to hit her with a drive impact. Oh, wait a minute. You trolling Aqua Teal? Are you trolling?
Even Jose is like, what?
Are you trolling with the drive? Oh man, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, hold on here. Hold on here. Oh. Try to do it again. Oh.
I like pairing, but I get the timing off many times.
We're kind of close with the bars. And I'm not talking about rap bars. I'm talking about like health bars. That's what I mean. Oh. She is trying aggressive. Oh, here we go, Beliefs. Oh, a nice block. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at that.
Freaking me and Mexicano or Marin, depending on how you know them. We had a good
look at that. Beliefs.
3 out of 5.
Salute to you.
Match.
Salute.
I had to go and upload that at some
maybe
point.
hallucinating. Okay, let's see who's next. Let me see.
Wow, they went for a while. They went for almost 3 hours. Good on them. Honestly, I left around the hour and a half mark. Had to have some family time. Speaking of which. Well, I think, I haven't seen enough of Phil playing. Like, I'm not that great of a player. I'm not saying Aqua Teal is bad. But, like, Phil is probably a better player than me. But I'm not ashamed of that. I don't play Street Fighter enough because I have a fucking life. You know. When I'm telling lies, I would hit the sound clip, but I'm an idiot and don't have the... Hold on, can I add this? I'm afraid if I... Give me 1 second here. Fuck it, I don't care. Is anyone, we can rate someone here? God, I'm so sorry. My voice must sound so awful. I have awful dry mouth right now. Let's do piece of peace. He was a fucking beast. I have to say this. Tell him that fucking your belief. Well, after you rate him, because I'm signing offline. And we say it online. Say, your belief said you're a fucking beast in Street Fighter 6, because he really is. He was on at least at one point a 14 match win streak. He's a fucking beast with Cammy. Anyways, everyone is stopping by. No LWA tomorrow, but there will be something on Sunday. We can now finally watch all the Boglin Chronicles videos of Josh complaining about this documentary. And we're going to catch up on Wrestling Otaku. And if Wings comments on Kid Stone, we'll watch that as well. Got my mouth this week dry. Yeah, see you all next time. Have a good night.